What is up, guys? It's your boy Gamers Goon here today to talk about both Raw and Smackdown for this week. We had some big announcements and some big matches set in stone for SummerSlam already, and we're 3 weeks out right now. We're gonna first speak about Raw, and Raw. We all know there's nothing too special about Monday Night Raw, but the first hour I appreciated. I did like the first hour of the show. And I'm actually going to start this episode off with this announcement from Stephanie McMahon. I'm not going to speak about it. I'm going to let them cut their promo real quick, and I'm going to react, even though I already know what happened.
The WWE superstars. Nights like tonight happen because of all of you.
Triple H in this promo, by the way, he's really legit during this. He actually seems like he cared. I mean, people like Ember, Alexa, Sasha, Bailey, he brought them all up. I mean, he actually seemed like he cared. Vince, he's just standing, he doesn't care.
You don't do it alone. It's a giant team. And there is a bond that is created when you're a WWE superstar. Bond when you step through those ropes and into this ring where you put your ultimate trust in someone else's hands. That bond is indescribable, and I've never seen that bond stronger than with the group of athletes that we have today. I'd like to ask all our women to please step forward on the stage.
Here's the announcement. Now, I just want to pause this real quick. This is where things start going south. I would have much rather heard Triple H announce this than Stephanie. I much rather have had that because Triple H seemed like he cared. With Stephanie, it was just not genuine.
The men that stand behind you, I want you to know how much they truly support you.
See, Vince starts clapping after everybody else. That's just like,
Well, you already know how much they support
Vince,
you. They
bro.
show you every single
All he
night.
cares about is the money, bro.
They have supported you since day one, through history, through all of it, every moment, every first, from the first Iron Man match to the first
Sasha and
Money
Bailey.
in the Bank ladder match to the first Hell in the Cell, Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber. They have supported you through all of it.
We have, yeah.
Right through to every single main event that you have worked so hard to earn. We have stood in awe watching you. Some of us with a tear in our eye.
Triple H's promo was actually, like, really good. Yeah, I mean, he seemed like he was on the verge of tears, man. He was really believable.
You demanded more
And here we go with this
opportunities
propaganda.
for the women in WWE, and you started a hashtag called Give Divas a Chance.
We did.
That trended worldwide
NXT.
for 3 days, igniting a revolution across our industry and opening doors for women.
Alright. The hashtag did help a little. It gave them more than 30-second matches, which she'll talk about in a minute. But what I want to elaborate on is the real opportunity that was given is a match that I like to always go back and talk about. And a match that I think is probably one of the best women's matches we've seen in the history. And that is TakeOver Brooklyn, Sasha Banks versus Bailey. The match was perfect. You had a lot of great spots where Sasha, she's over here ripping the headband off Izzy, stomping on the injured hand of Bailey, taking off the wrist tape, going in on the hand. The attention to detail from the heel Sasha Banks in that match. And then the quality match that Bailey and Sasha put on together. And then to conclude with Bailey end up winning in the end and be like a real feel-good moment. That entire story was brilliant. And that actually is what I would say really bolstered up the women's division and started the revolution. Now, a lot of people can go back and say Paige was the one to start the revolution when it was her versus AJ Lee first night. She was the first ever women's champion in NXT. Now, I could see that. I'm not going to argue against that. Paige is, she was the first anti-diva, really. But through the ranks, all of it was built up from NXT, something that Triple H had his hands on. Triple H is the creator of NXT. NXT is Triple H's baby, and those women from NXT are the ones that are changing the game now. So, all of this can go back to Triple H at the end of the day, but the match that I would say really changed things and made everybody's eyes open was the first TakeOver Brooklyn, Sasha Banks versus Bayley. That's the greatest women's match to date, in my opinion. You can go back and say Trish and Lita. They had good matches, but this is what really changed the future of the division, in my opinion.
That some of them had only dreamed of. Because of all of you, 30-second matches became main events. And because of all of you, divas became the superstars they were born to be. Because of all of you, we are able to stand.
Now, I want to point out in the actual thing when they said divas are the superstars they were born to be, they zoomed in on Alexa like she was some superstar. No, zoom in for her for the divas part, and then zoom on Amber or Sasha or Becky or Bayley or whoever for the superstar part, because we all know Alexa's not a real superstar. She can't take a bump.
Here and make another first ever announcement. On October 28th, over 50 women, then, now, and forever, will participate in an event called Evolution.
This name's not very creative. I do like it because Triple H made it, but it's not very creative. I mean, it's part of, you know how Triple H was in Evolution with Ric Flair and all them? Yeah. I was like, I'm not a huge fan of the name, but I'm not against it. Show could be good, but I also am very worried since it's going to be in the main roster's hands. But the Mae Young Classic's going to be on it. NXT's going to be on it. It has some highlights. And I started dream booking scenarios of Trish versus Sasha, Lita versus Bayley, Asuka versus Becky, Charlotte versus Rousey if you want to do it. I really don't care. But all my dream matches are coming out with people that aren't the champion right now. Not Alexa. I don't have a dream match for her, and not Carmella. I don't have a match for her either. Now, they did say 50 women, and I imagine this is going to be treated as maybe a 4-hour show, probably a 4-hour show. Probably get 8 or 9 matches on there, so I imagine there's going to be some type of battle royal or some type of gimmick match, because you're not going to get 50 women all on the same card unless you have like a bunch of fatal 4-ways and 6-man tag or 6-woman tags or whatever you want to say. I'm not sure exactly how you're going to get 50 women on the show, whether it just be them being there, commentary, whatever. I don't care, but I'm not sure exactly how you're going to do that if you're going to make a lot of dream scenarios happen, which is my only concern, but I'm looking forward to it right now.
And that event, I am privileged to announce, will be the first ever all-women's pay-per-view.
Do you hear how she said that? Let me go back about
All-women's pay-per-view.
pay-per-view. That's the most forced garbage I've ever heard. Let Triple H announce that. Let Triple H announce that. Come on. Stephanie didn't need to be in that segment. She didn't. You know she didn't. She was just hogging the spotlight. She always got to take some of that spotlight, right? She did it there. Anyways, I will be reviewing the show on October 28th. I'm actually looking forward to it. It could be a really good show, or it could be very lackluster. I'm gonna assume and hope and pray that they treat it like a important thing, because it is important. It is going to be the first ever women's pay-per-view. They treated the first ever women's Royal Rumble as a big thing. They treated the first ever women's Elimination Chamber, Money in the Bank. They all treated it like it was some special thing. I really hope that they come out and they actually let people like Sasha Banks do what Sasha Banks can do. I hope they let people like Becky do what she can do. I hope we get some dream matches. I really want to see a Lita versus Bayley match. There's a lot of dream scenarios that can happen on the card. I'm not sure if any of it's going to be based off storyline or such, or I have no idea really. The match I proposed, really, that would fit in storylines is I'm going to have Becky take the title at SummerSlam, and then Carmella is going to lose in her rematch, and Asuka, that couldn't get the job done against Carmella, she's going to want she's going to want a shot at Becky. I don't know how you're going to tell that story, but it could fit into storyline purposes, and I would have Asuka actually fight Becky on the show. I really want to see that match. I think that would be a really good match. Instead of having Charlotte and Becky, I would much rather see Asuka and Becky in the same ring. I think that presents a lot of different scenarios. But anyways, we are going to go on from the women's Evolution pay-per-view, and we're going to speak about the rest of Monday Night Raw, and then later on in the show, Smackdown Live. So, during this entire Monday Night Raw show, we have Elias coming out, trying to promote his new album. Now, Elias, he came out 3 different times during the show, and all 3 times got interrupted. Nobody cared about Elias. First, it was the Deleters of World. I forget who it was later on in the show. Maybe Braun. I'm not sure. Yeah, it was Braun. And then it was Lashley later on in the show. So, but anyways, Elias never got to promote his new album. I haven't listened to it yet, so I don't know how good it is. It's only 4 songs, but I'm going to need to listen to that soon. But the B team ended up fighting the Deleters of Worlds for their tag team rematch for the titles, obviously. And during this match, Bo Dallas, it was very sloppy, by the way. Bo Dallas shoves Bray Wyatt into Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy is falling down into a roll-up by Curtis Axel. And after the match, B team ended up winning anyways. After the match, the Deleters of World, they're acting like they're going to show sportsmanship. They're out there clapping. But then the Deleters of World, they go off on the B team. They start attacking them. Showing a little bit of fire in that tag team now. I'm not sure if that's going to actually do anything in the long scheme of things. If they're going to be a heel tag team, doubt it. But the whole segment was pretty much a little bit sloppy everywhere you looked. Next, we're going to talk about Constable Baron Corbin. I like Constable Corbin, and I'm not going to lie. I got a good laugh out of this segment. So, Finn Balor was in the back speaking to Chad Gable. Chad Gable hasn't been used on television for quite some time now. I was actually glad to see him back on television, actually. It cracked a smile on me just to see Chad Gable. I like Chad Gable. I don't know why. But Chad Gable was sitting there with Balor, and they were talking. And then he sees stuff going on. He sees his bag being taken out. He's like, I think that was your suitcase. I remember your suitcase. That's your suitcase. It was a black suitcase. Is he the only one with a black suitcase in the entire company? Are you kidding me? And then he comes by with the jacket. He's like, wait, hold up. And then the people removing it, the security obviously, they were like, we were informed by Constable Corbin to move your stuff to your new locker room. He's like, new locker room? Hold up. And then they show him his new locker room. It's a doghouse. It's one of those fake little doghouses. It has the Balor shirt on it and all this stuff, all made for Balor. And then Corbin comes in. He's like, how do you like your new locker room? And then Balor was like, I actually love it. I love it. Thank you. Corbin got a little upset. Then he informed him later on in the show that he would have a match against Drew McIntyre. Next, we had Bayley and Sasha versus a local jobbing tag team in the women's division. Yeah, that surprised me. So they had jobbers there. After the match, obviously Bayley and Sasha were going to win. Never had any doubt. They hugged it out, and that was that. Next, we had Braun Strowman come out. He basically came out and professed his love for Alexa Bliss again. He's like, congratulations to all the women, and especially my tag team partner in the Mixed Match Challenge, Alexa Bliss. Braun, chill out with that, bro. Chill out with that, bro. She ain't good, brother. She ain't good. And then Kevin Owens was to come out, and Kevin Owens says that he wanted to team with Strowman for one reason and one reason only, because of his kid. His kid wanted him to team with Strowman for one fact, that he could be like Nicholas one day. That he could be the next Nicholas and tag for the tag team titles with Braun Strowman and be successful. And he said he took the smile that Owen gave him. He didn't say Owen, but that's his son's name. He took the smile that he gave him when he gets home away from him. He took all that away from him. And that he wanted to take something away from him. Now, this is where Corbin comes out with Jinder Mahal, and he says Braun needs to calm down. He gives him Jinder Mahal. He ends up just running right through Sunil Singh and Jinder Mahal. And Jinder could not calm him down. And then Corbin was like, actually, I think we're going to have Kevin Owens fight Braun Strowman for the Money in the Bank briefcase. Now, Kurt Angle was like, no, we're not going to do that. No, I don't like that idea. But Stephanie was there, and she was like, I actually like that idea. Let's do it. Now, personally, I don't know how Kevin Owens would win. But I don't see Braun as cashing in the middle of a match or after the match. And I don't want to see Roman win. You don't want to see Roman win. So I would have Kevin Owens win here. I would have Kevin Owens win. He probably won't win. But I would have Kevin Owens win. Next, we had Mickie James with Alexa Bliss versus Natalya. Alexa Bliss interfered. Mickie got the Mick kick on to Natalya and ended up winning. AOP came out and they demanded competition. How the mighty have fallen. Should have kept Paul Ellering, man. They should have. They were a big success in NXT and they just fell flat through the roof. Soon as everything happened with Paul Ellering leaving. Next, we had Breeze versus Mojo. And once again, disappointing story where Mojo Rawley ended up beating Tyler Breeze. Yeah. Next, we had Balor versus Drew McIntyre. Dolph Ziggler interferes, allowing Drew McIntyre to get the upper hand on Balor. Angle was not having any of it. Rollins came down, made the save. Rollins and Balor teamed up against Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler. That was a match made by Kurt Angle. And they ended up beating Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler. Next, we had a match that I thought could have been a different match. We had Ember Moon versus Liv Morgan. Sarah Logan was banned from ringside. During this match, there was one thing going through my head, and that was you have Ember Moon facing Liv Morgan, the Barbie doll. I was like, can't you... I saw Alicia earlier. Can't she come out here, or can't we get someone else? We're going to have Liv Morgan fight Ember. Yeah, okay. Ember won. Liv got too much offense off on Ember. Didn't like that. And then next, the match that made everybody revolt. We're going to have Roman Reigns fight Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. Let that sink in. New York City. Roman Reigns. SummerSlam. Main event against the guy who has never been defending his title. You think New York is going to love and praise that match? New York's gonna crap all over it. And I'm gonna smile during it all. I am. Really hope there's a cash in. Or maybe they have him win it. Maybe they have Roman win. Get the heat. And then the next night, Roman comes out and he's like, after I beat the Beast, the Conqueror, Brock Lesnar, you all just crapped all over me. Well, it's about time I stop doing things for you. I'm going into business for myself. Roman Reigns could turn heel. Roman Reigns could turn heel if he wins at SummerSlam. Because it's going to be a volcanic reaction. People are going to riot. They are going to march the streets of Brooklyn, New York, wherever it's being held. I think it's in Brooklyn. They're going to march the streets. They're going to hold a riot. They're going to have pitchforks. They're going to set things on fire. They're going to yell, scream, cry, complain about Roman being the champion. You know it. And then he's going to come on Monday, the night after SummerSlam. You're going to have a crowd of people sitting around the Superstar parking lot. They're going to crap all over him. They're going to go inside 20 minutes, 30 minutes later. They're going to crap all over him. And Roman's not going to be looking so good for him. Roman's going to be getting booed. Poor little Roman. Poor little Roman. Turn him heel. It'd be a good moment to turn Roman heel. He's got everybody in the palm of his hands if he turns heel. Next, we're going to talk about Smackdown Live, and I was actually there live. Met Jeff Hardy before the show and got AJ Styles' signature for the second time after the show. Now, during Smackdown Live, this was actually a pretty good show. Usually shows I go to, I think, are good, but I watched it back, and I was like, this is actually a pretty good show anyways. Randy Orton came out. He had a promo. His promo was brilliant, and we're going to play that brilliant promo that Randy cut right here on the show today.
All your theories as to why I did what I did.
I was actually on the show.
Jeff Hardy and I maybe had unfinished business from a decade ago, but that's not it.
If you look fourth row, hard cam side, and you see a dude in a light blue AJ Styles shirt looking like me, yeah, that's me. I was on there. I saw myself. It was before the Randy thing, and I just saw myself on there.
Look in the mirror. I did it
Because of you.
because of you.
If you want heel heat, blame it on the fans.
Think about it. When I began my career, who's around now that was around then? Nobody. I am the one constant in the WWE.
Who was around when you began? John Cena, Triple H. Triple H doesn't wrestle neither does John Cena much, but they were around.
Every superstar that comes down that aisle eats at the table that I set for them. Yet, I get no respect. I don't get the respect that I deserve. Now, why is that? Why is that? Is it because I don't paint my face and flail my arms like some kind of idiot when I come down the ramp?
Jeff Hardy.
Is it because I don't change the color of my merch every
There I am,
to
yay.
steal more money out of you people's pockets? Is it because I compete all year round and don't just show up come springtime for WrestleMania? Or is it because I don't put my life on the line for your approval by diving off of cages, ladders, and turnbuckles? Is that why you don't respect me?
I respect you.
I didn't pay my dues in front of
This
hundreds
is a
of
good
people.
promo.
I learned from the absolute best that this business had to offer, and I paid my dues in front of millions and millions of people. And I accomplished everything that there is to accomplish here in the WWE. I started my career as a legend killer, and now 16 years later, I realize who the true legend killer is. It is each and every one of you.
We're the Legend Killers, bro.
I won't let you win. I won't let you beat me because now I am the legend. And I will make it my mission to destroy every superstar that you put up on a pedestal, starting with Jeff Hardy. And I started last week. As a matter of fact, that's why he isn't here tonight. When I'm finished with Jeff Hardy, he won't.
He's not here tonight. I was like, bro, I just saw him before the show. What are you talking about?
Ever be back.
But he wasn't on the match. He was on the post match. He had the dark match after the show. There I am. Oh my goodness, I look beautiful.
Now his story is truly inspiring. Every chapter full of twists and turns, but the only part that I truly care about is the part that I get to write, and that's Jeff Hardy's final chapter.
On WrestleMania and Smackdown, bro. Oh my God.
Apex Predator, Viper, even Legend Killer. But you only really need to refer to me as the three most devastatingly destructive letters in sports entertainment. And that's
RKO. That deserves the tip of the cap and a hat's off. Good job, good job. I wasn't going to wear the hat, but that was a good promo by Randy Orton. I really did like that one. It got under the skin of the people there. And I'm actually looking at the dude. I saw this dude going into the show before. He's sitting right next to where Randy is right now. But I'm not going to speak about that. Next, we're going to actually talk about a match that I did enjoy. It was Andrade Cien Almas, along with Zelina Vega, versus Rusev. Now, Rusev had Lana in his corner. This match was going well for the Bulgarian Brute until Zelina Vega slaps Lana. Aiden English comes running down and trying to stop Lana from trying to get involved with Zelina. And Zelina shoves Aiden English onto Lana, distracts Rusev, and then Almas goes in a hammerlock DDT, ends up picking up the victory over Rusev, scurries out of the ring like a heel, lifting up Zelina Vega. It was a good segment. I did like that match. It was a good match. It could have been a match at SummerSlam, really. That could be a good match. Next we had the man I referred to as a beast. The Beast. The real beast. There's two real beasts in the WWE. One is on Monday Night Raw named Drew McIntyre. And the other one's on SmackDown Live. Samoa Joe. Love Samoa Joe, man. I really do. He's great. He fought R-Truth. It was nice to see R-Truth back. R-Truth in this match looked like he wanted to be there. He actually looked like he wanted to be on the show. He really looked like he was like, I'm on the show. I'm gonna wrestle. I'm gonna show them to keep me on the show. R-Truth looked really good in this match. It was like a 2-minute match, but R-Truth when he wasn't in the Coquina Clutch was actually really, really fast paced and like had a lot of pep in his step. R-Truth looked really good in this match. It was great to see R-Truth back. I do like R-Truth. He's a good character. I like him. Samoa Joe did pick up the victory, though. What did you expect? I knew from the beginning when they announced this match. I was like, Samoa Joe's he's gonna crush him. But R-Truth looked like he really wanted to be there. Good on R-Truth. I like R-Truth. Next, we had the match that determines if Becky Lynch gets a title shot at SummerSlam. Thank God this match went the way it did. Because, in my personal opinion, Carmella's title reign is long overdue. She needs to go. Becky has not had the title in over 2 years. When she first won it at Backlash, way back when the SmackDown Live Women's Championship was first produced. She ended up losing it to Alexa Bliss. She's always been at the wrong spot at the wrong time. She couldn't get the title because somebody in the back loved Alexa. Then Naomi ended up winning it. Wasn't too bad. And then Alexa won it back. And then Naomi won it. Then Natalya had it at one point. And now Carmella has it. Yeah. Remind me not to invest my time in that. And Charlotte had it at one point, because everybody loves Charlotte, right? Everybody loves their Charlotte Flair. But anyways, Becky ended up winning this. She is going to fight Mella at SummerSlam, thank God. And hopefully Becky can win at SummerSlam. And hopefully she has the title walking into Evolution, because I do not want to see Mella walk into Evolution with that title. I'm not a fan of Carmella. We had a couple Carmella fans around me in the show. I was like, really? I even said it. I was like, bro, she has 0-star matches. And they're like, she has half a star because she's a champion. Bro, chill out with that, bro. Chill out with that. She ain't got no stars. Carmella's trash, bro. She's trash. She's more trash than my garbage can downstairs, bro. Come on. Get her out of here, bro. Next, we had the New Day vs. Sanity match that I wouldn't have booked this way, but it was a good 3-4 minute match. New Day ended up winning. Sanity looks good, though. The Bar interrupted them, obviously. Usos were on commentary the entire time. I assume they were on commentary because they were sitting over there with them. I didn't actually watch that segment back, but it was pretty good. I liked it. Next, we had Paige come out. She was talking about AJ Styles' opponent at SummerSlam. Yeah, Paige comes out. She wanted to congratulate the women on their first ever women's pay-per-view on October 28th. That's what she said. And then she's like, but I also want to welcome the Smackdown Live WWE World Heavyweight Champion AJ Styles. And I don't have AJ's promo pulled up. I don't think I can get it pulled up. Give me a second here. I'm not sure if AJ's promo is on their site, but AJ's promo about the title was really, really intriguing. Actually, I liked AJ's promo. Do they have it on here? Signs point towards. This might be just Paige firing James Ellsworth, because later on in the show she did fire James Ellsworth. But, so James Ellsworth came out during this, and he got fired, because we all thought, what? Ellsworth's gonna fight AJ? Are you kidding me? He was like, I beat you 3 times. I was like, shut up, Ellsworth. You're pointless, bro. Yeah, he doesn't have his promo on here. Yeah, so James Ellsworth is the only promo they got. They don't have AJ's promo. But AJ cut a promo saying that the WWE Championship is the most prestigious championship, not just on SmackDown, not just in the company, but in the world. Even though he hasn't main evented, AJ really setting forth his foot. He's like, this is the prize. I have the prize. Now, you could argue if it's the IWGP Championship or if it is that, but I would agree with AJ. They are the biggest brand. That is the biggest title that they have on their brand, so therefore it should be the highest regarded championship throughout the entire sport of professional wrestling and sports entertainment. Both. And AJ Styles looked great during that promo. Now, Paige, like I said, she fires James Ellsworth. She has to carry James Ellsworth out to the back with the security. She kicks him out, literally kicks him out of the door. And then we're all looking at the screen. You look back in the ring, and Samoa Joe, Coquina, Clutch, and AJ passing out. Then after, Joe goes to the back. Paige is upset with Joe. She's like, I picked you because you were unpredictable. And he was like, I did what you said. I'm unpredictable. I love Joe, man. He's great. And then we had a segment that we liked. We liked this one. The Miz came down. We all thought he really had Monroe Sky in his hands. He comes, he's filming a baby the entire night. He has Maurice with him. He comes walking down, holding the baby close to him. Maurice, like, trying to figure out how they're going to get in the ring with the baby. It was weird. I was like, okay, they actually have the baby. They're trying to be careful with it. Okay. But then we see Daniel Bryan come up because he played the wrong thing in the promo, or in the production truck. Because Miz was like, let's look at the highlights of Miz and Mrs. He plays, Daniel Bryan basically plays all the bloopers on the screen. And he was like, oh, I'm sorry about that. But anyways, I'd like to come down there and celebrate with you. So Daniel Bryan comes on out. 2 security guards. He takes them out. He opens up the little red carpet barricade thingy. Puts it back. He walks out there. And then they're staring at each other. And then Miz is like, you're going to make the baby cry. He pulls the head off. He's holding it. Then he throws it at Daniel Bryan. We're all like, what? It's a fake baby. Daniel Bryan fell for it. Skull-crushing finale. Then Daniel Bryan has a promo cut on him while he's laying on the ground, Miz telling everybody that this was an actor that he had the entire night because he wasn't going to bring Monroe Sky anywhere near the filthy city of Evansville. And then he also said that you guys need to turn into his show later on that night. Otherwise, Smackdown Live was a really good show. It gets a B+ out of me. An A- maybe. It was a really good show. The show that I had an issue with was Raw. There's one outlier on Raw that is really the guy that I want to see. That's Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre to me he's legit. He could fight Brock Lesnar. I really like Drew McIntyre on Monday Night Raw. If they made Drew McIntyre the Universal Champion, you can't tell me that it wouldn't be a good look for the company. You can't tell me. Anyways, I'm going to be out for the rest of the weekend. See you guys on Monday and Tuesday, respectively, for both Raw and SmackDown reviews. And I'm going to be gone. See you guys next time. It's Boy Gamers Goon. I'm out.